Everybody, it's the Mad Master here. I'm doing a video today, and I said I would do a moratorium on doing these kinds of videos, but I've had it. I have had it with the hypocrisy, the lies, the hubris, and all the bullshit that we've had to put up with this whole thing. And because this is a verboten subject on YouTube, you probably know what I'm talking about. So recently, the Mayor London Breed of San Francisco, who implemented an indoor mask mandate, was caught dancing, singing, yelling, jumping around, drinking at a bar without a mask, with a bunch of people without masks. And they have a, you have to have the shot to get into these bars, or a lot of these bars, or all of them in San Francisco. Not completely sure. Of course, I'm completely appalled at a lot of these mandates and a lot of this hypocrisy. Congress isn't required to get the shot. This came out. This was like Time Magazine or something that said this, or Newsweek or something like that. People want to know, friends that have stopped talking to me because of my positions on this stuff, or why, that I post about this stuff a lot, or whatever, that I'm obsessed with all this stuff, or family that, is pissed about it, or thinks I'm gonna have a stroke over it or something, when it's really my job, a lot of the time. But this is why I do this stuff. This type of stuff. This type of thing is case exhibit number A. That's not a number, but exhibit A. There's no defense of this. She came out with this rambling 6-minute defense. Oh, it's in the spirit. And what kind of name is London Breed? It sounds like a goth band or something, like we're London Breed. That's a cool name, actually. I might name a gothic rock project London Breed, because it's such a cool fucking name. I want to say, I might do like an 80s goth rock project called London Breed. But yeah, it's complete and utter bullshit. People wonder why I drive to other counties where I don't have to wear a mask, because of these people. These people saying, oh, well, you're still supposed to wear a mask if you had the shot. Okay, I've had the shot, and I'm not going to wear a mask. If the London Breed isn't wearing a mask, I'm not going to wear a mask. If Gavin Newsom is not going to take this seriously, I'm not going to. If, the countless people, Lori Lightfoot, all these people, the mayor of Austin, all these people violate their own guidelines, I'm not going to follow their guidelines, including this town. No. I heard some things about the town, about what's going on in these clubs and these bars lately, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll start going out, because I'll just say there's a lack of enforcement in some of these places. And in a comic book store I've talked about in my videos, and which I'm not going to name, there was a lack of enforcement there. I was just like, So what is the point of this shit? Really, has anybody asked what this whole... I've asked the whole time, what the hell is this all about? What is this? What is this shit? I just don't get it. And I get the deaths, and I get the infections and bad things. I understand that, but I'm talking about the response to it. I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. So this type of hypocrisy is... She should have to pay just as much as anybody else that violates the policy and gets busted on it, or maybe 10 times more if she's making, I don't know how much mayors make. I mean, luckily, the town I live, we haven't really seen that type of hypocrisy, because that bitch won't even take off her mask ever. So in a way, even though I voted for her, which is... I deeply regret at this point, by the way. She won't even take her off her mask. So I'm going to give her a little credit for that. I don't think she's been spotted in the bars here taking out, dancing around like London Breed was or anything like that. But this hypocrisy just is, how do they expect anybody to follow any of this stuff if they're around cavorting like there's nothing going on? How could they expect us not to believe conspiracy theories if the elites are all violating these guidelines? How much of a risk do they think the virus is to them? Is it not much of a risk to them or their family or their friends? I mean, Burks was busted last year at a Christmas gathering with her family who had like 80-year-olds and 90-year-olds in hers and stuff. And we're supposed to take this serious. And this was before the shot was at least widely available or available as far as, I think it wasn't even available at that point, as far as I remember. Or it's hard to say, but I think it was a Thanksgiving. Actually, I think it was Thanksgiving, possibly, if I remember correctly. So that was before the shot was really available, because it was December that it became available, thanks to a certain person who's been banned from social media completely, who I do not like by any means, but he was the one who spearheaded the whole thing. Not himself, but his administration. So yeah, it's a mess. It's a disaster, and I hate this shit. I'm so sick of it. But yeah, I thought I'd do a video about this. I'm just so mad. It's just the latest hypocrisy in the lawn tally. And I've been really thinking about this, and I'm so pissed that I'm almost ready to just go, pull the levers for all the Republicans that I can, just because I'm so pissed. And I'm not a Republican, but it just makes me want to do that. It just, these hypocrites, at least somewhat. I mean, I'm kind of a hypocrite too, because I've had the shot, and I sympathize with people who don't want to do that, but at the same time, it's just these people are just they're making a mockery of everything, and not to mention the whole AOC controversy with her, going to that $30,000 event and wearing this tax-the-rich dress and all that, and it's like almost a ironic statement, and then she comes out and just, or it's on Piker's mansion. It's just, these people are such fucking galling hypocrites, and with all the virus stuff, it's the worst. It's the worst to see that. It's the most blatant. I'm almost beginning to wonder if some of this is just on purpose for whatever weird reason or something. It's just like they're laughing at us, the people in power. It's like, haha, look at us. We're like not gonna follow these things. Haha, It's like they're fucking with us or something. I don't think this is a conspiracy or anything like that, but it almost feels like that sometimes. It's like, why are they doing these things? So people wonder why. I've talked about this subject for so long, and why I talk about this, or why I obsess over it. This is an example of why. First, it began with all the propaganda and PR about the new normal and all that stuff, and I'm like, what the hell is this? It doesn't seem right. Something's not right about this, and maybe there's no grand overarching great reset or something like that, or maybe that doesn't exist. I don't know. I'm agnostic about that. To paraphrase Fauci about the waivers months ago. I'm agnostic about the vaccine waivers. You fucking asshole. If you really cared about getting the third world vaccinated, I'll just use a code word, then you would say, I'm pro-vaccine waivers across the board. But yeah, Big Sharma, he cares about. That's my belief. I hate that guy more and more every day. I don't want to hate people and stuff. I'm doing a course in miracles and all this stuff. All this new age woo shit. But it's a mess. So no, I'm not going to follow the guidelines as much as I can. I'm going to take down my mask places, wear it half off. I'm going to, go to as many places that don't have mandates and shop, or just go to places, I'm not going to follow the mandates like they want me to, because until the people are in power, who are in power, follow them and don't do brazen, it's almost like I almost compare it to like the sex tape thing in the 2000s. Like you'd have like a Kardashian or Lindsay Lohan or a fucking, you know, like some pop star or something, you know, or Pam Anderson and Tommy Lee or whatever release a sex tape. Sometimes they obviously it leaked out, but sometimes after a while it became such a cycle, one after the other. It's like sometimes they're probably releasing these for their own PR purposes. And so at this point, it's like it's almost like they're doing these, violating these restrictions on purpose. And I don't know what the agenda or end game for it is. I don't know what they're trying to do with this. It doesn't make any sense. These Democratic politicians implementing guidelines in their city or their state, and then getting busted violating said guidelines, like even worse than a lot of people would. Like, let's say, you know, they went to a drugstore without a mask on, and then someone yelled at them, some Karen, and they, you know, tried to, oh my God, this is way worse than that, than some schlub on the street violating the guidelines or whatever. So until these people in power follow through on their own words, I'm going to defy their words as much as possible, because we need to speak truth to their power. Because what the fuck are they trying to do here? That's about all.